Fuck Google Hangout! I swear to fuck! I tried to get it to work to do this stupid video, and it decides to fuck up on me. I can't hear you, and then I can't hear me, and then I can't hear any fucking body. I tried to fucking go on the goddamn thing, and I couldn't go on via the link. I had you send me an invite. I had to use my phone to then go and use my desktop to get on the fucking call, and I can fucking hear you. I can fucking hear me. I can fucking hear anybody. Fuck this shit. Fuck.
See, that's like a funny. See, he was. You don't even know though. He really was pissed off. Like he's not joking around. Like he was really pissed. Like, it's not the most pissed I've ever seen him. But if you
fucking fuming.
If you had ever seen, like, I can't even explain it. But yeah. I mean, if I guess he thinks the video's so dumb, I guess I got to carry on myself. Welcome to the, wrestling fantasy booking series. I guess I lost my co-host forever. So, oh, he's back. There he is. I'm just letting everyone know, like, you're not because it sounds like you're trolling, but you hate trolling, like.
No, I was not trolling.
Yeah.
That was genuine anger. I just hammed it up to like maybe a couple more notches.
Yeah, I was just letting
like that shit
know,
was unbelievable how incompetent that app is now.
Yeah.
But anyway, rant over. Hold on. I mean, you know what?
I know, yeah, because we can talk about positive stuff now.
Okay, I'm good.
So welcome to Fantasy Booking Series, Episode 2. We were supposed to do this, like, forever ago.
And then I was an idiot, admittedly, the first time. I left my laptop at a fucking KFC.
Well, also, I'm saying, like, before that, because we did, like, the first episode, like, June 2nd, and it's been over a month.
Yeah, and then shit just gotten away. But hey, we're here.
Yeah.
Hello.
It should just be, like, a button we press when we pre-record it, because it seems like that happened a lot. Shit gotten away, so.
Yeah, no shit.
But yeah,
anyway.
If you want to see part 1, I will post it in the comments and in the description box, if I remember. I might not remember for a few days, so.
So, look, in other words, look through Owen's channel.
Yeah.
In other words, Owen, fucking get away. Or he does your shit. Why don't you have, like, everything in playlists? Don't you?
Well, there's a long... I got really drunk one night and deleted all my playlists.
No, you did not. Was this recent?
Yeah, Memorial Day weekend I did it. So.
Oh my god.
So I'm going through and remaking them and such. So it's just,
oh my god.
It's just a slow process because it takes forever to do it.
No shit. What the fuck, man? You gotta stop. We're gonna cut you off, all booze. This is getting ridiculous at this point.
At least,
you can't manage a movement. Now you can't manage your channel.
It could have been worse, though. I could have deleted the whole channel, so.
Oh my god, that would have been a fucking nightmare, the amount of content that we have on here.
So at least it was just the playlists.
And at least you could remake them, considering what we had: the Massasoit Wrestling Corner, the Aftershock Corner, and the Wrestling Rundown on a bunch of separate playlists.
Actually, no, I didn't delete the playlist. I deleted all. I went through and deleted all the videos off those playlists. So I essentially deleted all my playlists.
Oh my god, how does that even happen?
Dude, I was drunk. I don't remember. You don't remember shit when you're drunk.
Oh my god. Remind me next time you get that wasted to just take your phone away, because that's probably how it happened in the fucking first place.
Yeah, definitely, because I didn't have a... They typically say no laptop when I'm drunk, because they don't...
No laptop when you're drunk, and no phone when you're drunk.
Yeah, pretty
now
much.
we know. Now we know.
Anyhow...
Jesus.
Yeah,
well,
so
welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the retro wrestling, whatever number it is, because we don't know, because I'll delete his fucking playlist.
Yeah, no, it is episode 2 though. I did check ahead of time. So.
Oh yeah, because we had to we revamped the series. I forgot. Yeah,
because we really did
revamped edition.
Yeah, I mean it's probably really like episode like 7, but I'm calling it episode 2 because it's revamped.
Yeah, why not?
So yeah, we're gonna finish up the Jumpin' Bomb Angel tag team tournament. Go watch part 1 if you want to know what it is. I would just say what it is quickly. It's basically the tournament we're using to crown the first ever women's tag team champions because WWE sucked at doing it. So there you go.
Because WWE was like, hey, you want to do this thing called a women's tag tournament, and we'll just have everybody in a fucking elimination chamber, which, why?
Yeah. But yeah, if you want to know all the competitors, go watch the first video. We're just gonna say the competitors that are left, in the tournament.
Well, in fairness, I will be going over the competitors again,
Yeah.
but only because we need to place them on certain shows on what days. Which, by the way, that reminds me, I should probably get my calendar up. To what is it? We need it in March, right? We need it in March.
April, because the final.
Oh no, actually February. February we need it.
Well, yeah, but we need it really in April because we did the tournament just on as its own network show, so we really need it by April. But it would be nice to have it though, planned out.
I say we do it, and then because remember, we didn't book to Mania. I feel like we should just do it because I remember I said right after the Rumble we started, I think.
Yeah. But the
finals, so it is a network special.
So the finals are at Mania though. We agreed on.
Yeah, finals are going to be at Mania.
Yeah.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then. Okay. Well, I gotta make sure I can do this right. I probably should have done that earlier, but let's just see if this works. Okay. So yeah. I might as well go over all of them. Might as well. I'm gonna do it very quickly.
Yeah.
But okay, round 1. The first 4. No. I'm going to say the first 2 matches of round 1 are going to be on a Wednesday special on the network.
Mm-hmm.
And that will be on... It's going to be on February the 6th.
So that, just to say it real quickly, that's... Because I want to make sure... So that's the Riot Squad versus Sanity, Iconics versus Laycool, Sky Pirates versus Duke and Shafir, and... Baszler and
Rousey versus Fire and Desire, yes.
That makes sense. And that's on what date?
That's on the 6th of February.
Okay.
On the 13th of February, that will be the second first round matches.
And I'll just say that's the Elegant versus Hario Maximoto and Miko Sanamura. Dragon Angels versus Casey Canzo and Caitlyn. The Boston Hug Connection versus the Bellas. That's the main event.
Yeah. Okay. Now, keep in mind, this is before we knew about Bella's injury. So,
yeah.
It's not much we can do now. It's kind of just happened.
Yeah, because you already made the video and stuff, too. So
let's be honest, it wouldn't have stopped WWE from fucking putting her in a goddamn match anyway.
Especially, too, because, she wouldn't have to do a lot of wrestling, too.
Yeah, she could have redo most of the wrestling and her do not much of the bumps.
Yeah, you could just do the hot tag and whatnot.
And do the flat back bumps, not actually not flat, but kind of remember how Austin used to do bumps where he landed on his ass a lot?
Yeah.
That's what she can do. There you go. And then all right, so I said and then the 20th, we have 2 matches from the quarterfinals. 2 specifically, not all 4. If that makes sense to you.
We're still on the first round, bud.
Are we still on the first round?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I did 32. That actually works well.
32.
I completely forgot. Okay, so then the next 4 matches of the first round will be on the 20th.
Which is Tori Wilson and Kelly Kelly versus Trish Stratus and Lita. Ivory and Molly Holly versus The Revolution. Which is Mercedes Martinez and Killer Kelly. I say that so they don't confuse it with the TNA Revolution.
No, definitely
Paparazzi Magnets versus the Moss Pit.
Alicia Fox and Melina.
Yep. Versus the Mosh Pit Kids, Rhea Ripley and Tony Storm. Happy Trails, Zaya Brookside and Candy Floss versus the EST, Mia Yim and Marty Bell, managed by Bianca Belair, because we got to say that because then
Yeah. And then, so we just got done with the 20th, and then finally, the 27th, we'll have the final first round matches on February 27th.
Which would be Charlotte and Becky Lynch versus Gallus. That should be the main event. Actually, we should move that down.
I'm fine with that. Actually, thinking about
it. You can't because it would make because you can't have the
hard that angle. Yeah, that makes sense. I get what you're saying.
Samoan Slaughterhouse versus Victoria and Mickey James. That'll probably be so we're moving everything's being moved up at this point. Glow of Tomorrow, which is Naomi and Asuka versus Serena Deeb and Abby Laith. Didn't Serena Deeb though get released? Not Serena Deeb, but didn't Abby Laith? I just remembered get released. I mean,
but that hasn't stopped people from like hiring free agents before. That's why I'm especially in WWE. So especially
and then the third match on the show, the Luchadores, which is Zatara and Zeus versus
which were respectively in both versions of the Mae Young Classic separately. So we're putting them together for a team.
Yeah.
Versus Santana Garrett and Deonna Purrazzo, which is a hell of a fucking team. That's called, you know what I realized I could have called them? The Wonder Woman.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Honestly, their gimmicks are literally Wonder Woman.
Yeah. Like two versions of her, too. Like Santana Garrett's like the nice version, and then Deonna Purrazzo's like the woman you don't want to mess with.
No! I have a better name. The Wonder Marvels.
There you go.
Miss Marvel and Wonder Woman. Boom. The Wonder Marvels. Boom. That's their tag team name. I'm a genius.
No, not. You'll have to remind me to say it when.
I'll remind you because I think that's a dope name.
I think they're already out though, so never mind.
Huh?
They're out the next round, I think. So I don't think I have to.
Yeah, but still, just. As long as we know that, that's a good name for them.
Yeah.
But anyway, now we move on to March. So March, after the 27th of February, we're on March 6th. This will have the first round 2 matches of the tournament.
So now we got to think too. We probably have to put some matches on like Raw and SmackDown and such, because then we won't make it. We won't get it to WrestleMania in time too.
No, you can.
Oh, you can?
Because if I remember correctly, because I have a certain way I'm going to go about this.
Okay.
So, Mania happened April 6th this year, correct?
April 7th.
April 7th. So, I just follow with me on this. So, know that. So, we got the 6th, correct?
Yeah, well, March.
Just go with March 6th, trust me. Just read round 2, the first 4 round 2 matches.
Sanity versus the Iconics. The Sky Pirates versus Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey.
Yep.
Candice LeRae and Lacey Lane versus Hiro Matsumoto and Miko Satomura. And one more, right?
Yep.
Not Candice LeRae. Casey Catanzaro and Caitlyn versus the Boston Hug Connection.
Mm-hmm.
Which would be the main event.
Oh, yeah, it's true. Yeah, for those who don't know why I picked Casey Catanzaro to pair up with...
Watch the first video.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. Watch the first video. Now you have an excuse.
So that's March 6th.
Yep. Now March 13th, the next round 2 matches are...
Trish Stratus and Lita versus The Revolution. The Mosh Pit Kids versus the EST. Gallus versus Samoan Slaughterhouse. And last but certainly not least, definitely not least, Serena Deeb and Abby Laith versus the Luchadores.
Yep. And now we get to, and now here's the final bit. So now on March 20th, that will be in NXT. Okay, we're gonna have the contract signings on NXT for both semifinal matches,
That's a great idea.
and then
What do you mean quarterfinals then? We're on the quarterfinals right now. We haven't gone through that.
that's right, we haven't done the dumb shit. Then the 20th will be the quarterfinals because I realized there was a whole another day after that. So the 20th quarterfinals, read those off for me.
Well, so these are all aired before NXT then, like an hour before.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, we need to do the quarterfinals, right? So we can.
Yeah.
All right. So remind me, and I'll remind myself. So the 20th and the 27th. 20th.
Well, let's be the team. First, I'll be the teams that are left, so that everyone knows.
Yeah.
So the teams that are left, first representing Raw are the Boston Hug Connection and Nikki Cross and Rosemary, which is Sanity.
Yes.
We have Nikki Cross because Nikki Cross is on Raw. Rosemary qualifies to be on Raw. I know that was complicated last time, but we're not going to do the bullshit where Nikki Cross isn't going to be going anywhere. So
yeah, exactly.
And then
and again, as we said, Sanity would have never been broken up to begin with.
Yeah.
And then we have the Sky Pirates, Io Shirai,
NXT.
Ari Fane.
But yeah, because I noticed we just completely got rid of SmackDown. We didn't do it on purpose. It just kind of happened that way. So,
oh well.
Representing
honestly, oh well.
Yeah, representing NXT UK, we have the Mosh Pit Kids, Rhea Ripley and Toni Storm, and Gallus, Kaylee Ray, and Piper Niven. And then we have the other teams, which are basically the free agents: Horio Matsumoto and Miko Satomura, the Luchadores, and the Revolution, which is Mercedes Martinez and Kelly, so you guys don't get confused with the TNA version of the Revolution.
Mosh Pit Kids as well, representing the NXT UK, and also Gallus, which is Kaylee Ray and Piper Niven, the female contingent representing Gallus and NXT UK as well.
I already said that, but maybe...
I figured I'd just reiterate it then. Yeah. Sorry.
All right, so let's talk about the quarterfinal matches.
Which will be taking place on March 20th.
Yeah.
2019. You can read those off.
And just so we can say, this is being commentated by Beth Phoenix, Renee Young, preferably more Manalo, but if he can't do it, then Michael Cole. Or Vic Joseph. I wouldn't mind Vic Joseph doing it, thinking about it now, but...
Yeah, but Morrow's better.
Yeah.
We know Morrow's better. Come on.
Well, no, I'm saying if Cole couldn't do it, I wouldn't mind Vic doing it, so...
Yeah. There you go. Anyhow,
so the quarterfinals... So these, I'm assuming only 2 matches then would be taking place on this date, or is it just going to be all at once?
All at once.
Okay. So this has to be like
all at once for the quarterfinals, because on the 27th I'm going to do the contract signing for the semifinals.
Right. So we have.
That's that.
We have a sick match here. If you don't get hyped, then you need to expand your wrestling horizons. Yes. Sanity versus the Sky Pirates. Who doesn't want to see this match? It would be awesome. And this is like, I know Nikki Cross, a lot of people say she's still crazy. Go watch NXT. She is not as crazy now as she was on NXT. So, I know you haven't seen her on the main roster yet, really. So
I don't give a shit.
Yeah,
I don't care.
I think you gotta take my word for it on that one. So,
point.
So then we have, so that would be the first match. Then the second match is Horio Matsumoto and Miko Satomura versus the Boston Hug Connection. Go watch the second Mae Young Classic, and you'll understand why we're hyped for this match, because this is hype.
Oh, absolutely. And not to mention, too, keep in mind you're going to have a promo match for this, because these are 4 women that have revolutionized women's wrestling, especially Miko Satomura and Matsumoto, who inspired people like Sasha Banks specifically, and Bayley. Bayley and Sasha had their matchup at TakeOver Brooklyn. Like, the story here writes itself. Like, there's no way you can't be hyped for Mako and Hiroyo Matsumoto versus the Boston.
One of them wrestled on like WCW, like right before it died, correct?
No, actually, it was wicked early. She wrestled for WCW Nitro in 1996.
Damn. Which one was
And
it?
it was like right before the NWO took over.
Which one was it?
I don't remember, but I know it was like one of those early Nitros before the NWO formed. It was still when they were doing the stupid Dungeon of Doom shit.
Yeah.
So
then we have the Revolution versus the Mosh Pit Kids, which this would be a sick match because
this is gonna be a great match. Mercedes Martinez and Killer Kelly versus Rhea Ripley and Toni Storm.
Yeah. And this is slowly
Killer Kelly got that Portuguese blood. You got Mercedes Martinez with that Latina fire. That's why I kind of paired the two together, because I think.
And like we said last time,
fucking killers in the ring. And then you also have Rhea Ripley and Toni Storm, who were feuding before, but have become allies for a common goal here. So
yeah. And like we said before, I'm just gonna keep saying again, stop jobbing out Killer Kelly. She's really fucking good. So
I agree.
She's
fantastic, man.
She should be the champ, right? Not the champ, but she should be fighting for the belt. So
I say she'd be #1 contender.
Like right now.
Like at this very moment, make Killer Kelly and Toni Storm a match now. Yeah. With that being said, then we also, speaking of NXT UK, we got Gallus, Kaylee Ray, and Piper Niven versus the Luchadoras, Zatara and Zeuxi. So you got a real clash of styles here to kind of close out this quarterfinals bracket with the big hosses versus the high flyers. I think that would be a really unique way to kind of close that bracket out.
And if you you know, because it could either be this match or the Boston Hug Connection versus Max, Julio Maximoto and Miko Satomura. Either one could close the show.
Yes, absolutely. And for the record, the order would stay the same, kind of like how the what's it called, the
Cruiserweight Classic.
Cruiserweight Classic was how they kind of mixed all the matches up, but they would still be in order of the bracket. So don't worry if you were worried about that. That being said, just to say who would be going over in these matches, Sky Pirates would be going over against Sanity. Boston Hugs Connection would be going over against the Japanese contingent. Latina Revolution would be losing to, I believe, the Mosh Pit Kids, and then Gallus would actually go over against the Luchadoras.
Yes.
So that leaves your semifinals to be signed over in NXT. This is now March 27th. They have a contract signing. William Regal's in the ring. He signs, he has 2 different tables for 2 different contracts, and you have them sign it, and then if you want to do your whole, big brawl schmoz with all 4 teams, you do that. That's fine.
Yeah.
That can set up some good matches, because you can have the Mosh Pit Kids versus Gallus, and then you could have the Sky Pirates versus Boston Hug Connection in the future, and all that jazz. And I think this kind of orchestrates that.
And I think this works too, because everyone will be questioning the taping schedule. I think March 27th they had started new tapings, I think, anyways, for NXT. So this kind of works.
This would work wonderfully, actually. And then
I'll say the matches.
We will say the matches.
We have the Sky Pirates versus the Boston Hug Connection. This would be a hell of a match. Who doesn't want to see this match?
Gallus versus the Mosh Pit Kids. Now, I want to keep this in mind. Gallus and the Mosh Pit Kids. I do believe, even though it's not necessarily, this is not going to be on TakeOver per se. But this will be filmed right before TakeOver.
Yeah.
This will still be aired live. This will be NXT's first actual pre-show with matches on it, because that way you're really hyping up people with the tournament, and you're having 2 tournament matches kind of kick off your night. I think that would have been awesome if I got to see that live, considering yours truly was actually there at NXT TakeOver New York.
And if you're going to tell to James, you're booking for selfish reasons, let him book for selfish reasons. Just let him.
Exactly. Exactly. And then after that, the finals then take place the night after at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And the spot where they had that fatal 4-way tag match they would have the finals in that spot. It would not be a fatal four-way. It would just be a strictly team versus team match to crown the first ever inaugural WWE Women's Tag Team Champions.
That's actually a very good spot to have it because it was right after Styles versus Orton. Because you can't have it after Miz versus Shane. That would be a terrible idea.
Yeah, no, that would have been bad.
You can't have it after the WWE title match. That would be an absolutely atrocious idea.
Yeah.
And you can't have it like too late in the show because then no one will care. So that's a perfect spot. That's a perfect spot to happen.
So everything works out, so I'll say who goes over here. Boston Hug Connection go over against the Sky Pirates, which let's have this fucking match at one point in our lives, please. And Gallus, Kaylee Ray, and Piper Niven versus the Mosh Pit Kids, Rhea Ripley and Toni Storm. Now, if I'm going to book this for the pre-show, I'd have the Sky Pirates versus Boston Hug Connection main event the pre-show.
Yeah.
Just because there's bigger name value in those teams, but Gallus and the Mosh Pit Kids could really surprise a lot of people, and I want that to open the show for the pre-show. So
we also have to change. We also have to change one thing. So I'm assuming we're gonna have to make Shayna Baszler versus Bianca Belair just a one-on-one match at Takeover then, because the Sky Pirates were in there as a four-way.
I have no problem with that.
Yeah,
I have no problem with that.
We have to say what happens
unless of course you want to add one more woman, and I think. Call me crazy here, but I think you add Candice LeRae in that three-way.
Yeah. Oh, and Mia Yim, too, if you want.
Yeah, Candice LeRae and Mia Yim, because they actually made a lot more sense than the Sky Pirates themselves.
Yeah.
They built up Io Shirai, because eventually they're going to lose anyway.
Yeah.
And you're going to send up Kairi Sane anyway after fucking Mania, because fuck me, I guess.
Yeah.
And, all that shit. So there you go. Everything's back to the same timeline, blah, blah, blah. And now... So, Boston Hug Connection go over the Sky Pirates. The Mosh Pit Kids go over Gallus. This leaves an awesome match for WrestleMania.
Yeah.
With the Boston Hug Connection versus the Mosh Pit Kids. Now, I understand there's going to be a problem because at NXT TakeOver Cardiff, I believe Toni Storm and Rhea Ripley were having a rivalry at this time. This is the one team that I feel like could have the rivalry. But honestly, I always said this, and I thought it really should have been built out of respect. A lot of people have a lot of comparisons for Rhea Ripley to Pete Dunne. No reason why she can't be the fucking female Pete Dunne.
Yeah.
So she starts off as a heel and then slowly turns into a babyface and kind of aligns herself with Toni. And they can still have their match. Toni wins the belt against Rhea, and they're still going strong up to the fucking finals.
Yeah, and they can still have the rematch, on the episode of NXT UK, just like in real life.
Yeah, absolutely. I have no problem with that. I just think, at this point, as good as Rhea Ripley is as a heel,
yeah,
I think that her and Toni would be a great team as baby faces, because they really get over in that UK audience. And even if you don't want to make it, you could even do them as heels as well.
Yeah.
You could go either way with that. My personal opinion, I would go with that. Because if you're not going to have Killer Kelly win the NXT Women's title anytime soon, I say you turn Toni heel.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
That's my idea. But
especially too, because Boston Hug Connection are going to be over probably a little bit more because they're more well known and such.
Absolutely, yeah. But this will at least give them a good showcase, and people will be aware of Rhea Ripley and Toni.
And it puts over the NXT UK brand, hey, watch this.
Majorly.
They made it all the way to the finals.
The Raw, the Raw superstars are going up against superstars from NXT TakeOver, NXT UK, I should say. And you guys should really watch that brand. It's a great plug for them. Your Raw team still wins, and the other team gets a great showing.
Yes.
Period.
And, Boston Hug Connections become the first champions, which is what happened in real life. But, yes. It made sense for them to be the first.
It makes way more sense at Mania. And guess what? Sasha Banks doesn't get pissed off and fucking leave for months at a time.
Imagine
that.
She'll actually re-sign her contract.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody happy.
And then, just to kind of, so that way we don't say we didn't have a plan. Any, like, plans we want to do, right after they become the first champions, they can have some, nice feuds, like with, teams such as, Fire and Desire. They can come out and say, we put this division.
Fire and Desire specifically, fuck the Iconics in their current state, mate. Fuck that.
Yeah. But, you want to...
That.
But you want to put over that, have Fire and Desire come out and say, we started, this tag, because if you think about it, that's the reason they got on the map, because, they debuted and everyone started kind of thinking, is there going to be a tag division? So they can say that. You could use, some nice feuds with maybe have Alexa Bliss when she comes back, team up with Mickie James again, do a nice feud there, because they have history with the Boston Hell Connection.
You already have the Mosh Pit Kids now that have formed. You have Gallus that have now formed with a female contingent. You have Sanity on Raw now with Rosemary involved. You have the Sky Pirates over in NXT. You have Duke and Shafir, or Shafir and Baszler, or Baszler and, Duke. You can have any of those three. Hell, you can have Ronda Rousey join NXT if you fucking wanted to, and have Rousey and Baszler versus Bailey and Sasha start that 4-horsewomen feud early. The possibilities are fucking endless with this, because now you have teams long term that you can use to build.
And you can even build non-title feuds.
And one more thing, I would sign Meiko Satomura and Matsumoto and team them up with Asuka.
Yeah.
And have Asuka lead that.
And then, maybe not call Kairi Sane just yet and do a takeover match. Have the Boston Hell Connection do exactly what they said they were gonna do. Go to NXT and defend titles.
My idea, because that way you have the Boston Hell Connection and you could have Meiko Satomura and Matsumoto as heels.
Yeah. And like I said, even if Sasha Banks might not want to leave, because I know a lot of people are saying she might not leave. I think it's a formality. She's leaving. She's done. So
yeah, she and I don't fucking blame her.
Yeah, which is weird because a lot of people.
And by the way, to every news source that is reporting that Sasha Banks is coming back, please kindly stop.
Yeah,
she's not coming back. If she has not come back at Money in the Bank, she has to come back in the recent weeks after that. Guess what? Most likely, she's not coming back.
Yeah.
Stop hopping on this news story. Stop hopping on whatever Sasha Banks does. We know what she's trying to do. She's trying to get out of this fucking company, and nobody can blame her.
Yeah.
So that's that. But hey, if it did it like this, maybe, just maybe, it wouldn't have fucking happened that way.
Yeah. I mean,
retards.
Yeah. I mean, we're hoping. Obviously, if you're still pissed, then can't really do anything about it.
Well, then fuck her.
Yeah.
Like, we gave you the tag team titles at WrestleMania.
You got the...
What more do you want?
Yeah.
Like, okay, off with you. I'll release you. I'll fucking have you drop the belts the next night. The fucking Satomura and Meiko, and make a freaking strong duo with that.
And a squash, just to say.
Squash, screw it. You get squashed.
We sound like this.
In fairness, I don't think Sasha would have actually left. I think she would have actually probably preferred this.
Yeah.
But But anyway.
And maybe this would light a fire under Bailey's character again, because her character is very stale right now. Like, I can't even tell you how stale.
God, I've seen it. You don't have to tell me. I know. Yeah. Well, so much for that Money in the Bank, huh?
Yeah. I think that's the only reason she's champ, is because they didn't want her to leave. I just think a lot of people are saying that's not the case, but I feel like
that's absolutely the case.
Yeah.
Listen, Bailey is like McFoley, Sting, and Styles. They all have one thing in common. You know what that one thing in common is, Owen?
Loyalty.
They're too fucking nice for the wrestling business. Sasha Banks knows her worth.
Yeah.
That is the difference here.
Even though AJ did leave TNA though, like it was just too eventually. So.
Well, eventually, after they fucking lowballed him, even though they were lowballing him for years, but it got so bad to the point where it was like, fuck you.
Yeah.
You now I'm getting double digits as opposed to getting triple.
They turned if you think about it too, that was one of the biggest example of a work turned into a shoot.
Oh my god.
Anyhow, we're just rambling at this point. We got another video to do right after this, so let's end this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please tell us we booked it better, because if we didn't book it better, then we must really suck at this, because WWE booked it like terrible. Like I know, like we may sound like we're tooting our own horn, but we definitely.
You know what it is. If people, here's what I will say. I do think, especially in this video, the presentation could have been a little better.
It's our first one. It's our first one too.
What I will do is in the comments, if you guys, it was hard for you guys to follow along. On both part 1 and part 2, I will comment down below the brackets of each video.
Well, actually, I did do it for part 1. I stopped at the round 2. And I'll just post the whole thing in this one.
We're gonna post the whole thing on both parts, so that way you guys can look at that.
Yeah, might take me a few days to remember, but I'll do it.
No, I'll do it because I'll remember. But there you go. That being said, this has been your fantasy booking series. Yeah.
We'll try to make the presentation better too. Like I said, this is only the first one presentation wise always sucks. So it's like you know.
Ask me with my CAW league.
Yeah. So maybe the presentation will get better. But we're gonna finally have a set schedule with this. We might do this like every 3 weeks, because we talked like if we do it every week, we'll get sick of it. So that's why we stopped.
I will say that you do expect one next week, only because the next one is EC. We're doing a retro tomorrow for ECW One Night Stand 2005.
Yeah.
And that would be pretty topical for next week for us to do ECW rebrand or rebooking the brand itself in 2006, which we'll see not only Owen and I on, but you will see Michael X, your current reigning and defending Wrestling Rundown heavyweight champion or predictions heavyweight champion on this program. Who's to say that will stand? He may lose in a fight for the Fallen, but hey, at least he had the belt for 2 weeks.
I think there's a good chance he actually retains. Actually,
really,
with how dominant he was in his first going out in, I think there's a good chance.
Well, here's the thing about that. He didn't even try.
Yeah,
he even told me he just got lucky. But if he was like, who knows? If I could be the wild card in this, who knows? I don't think he'll do that this time, but we'll see.
Anyhow, but like I said, I think we're also doing one next week because we've waited so long to do part 2 of this. We have to do one next week.
Yeah,
but,
exactly. So you will see one next week. On top of that, tomorrow, before we completely do our plugs here, tomorrow, Retro Wrestling Review. Retro Wrestling Review for ECW One Night Stand 2005, which will lead into next week's ECW rebooking for 2006 to 2007. And then on Friday will be the Wrestling Rundown, where we go over
all AEW stuff.
All AEW stuff, which is the Fyter Fest review and then the Fight for the Fallen predictions, which I believe we will have Noah on. I know Mike will be on.
No,
I know
Noah.
No, Noah.
It's gonna be Mike. I think it's just gonna be it's just gonna be you, me, Mike, Casey, and
probably Nikos.
Yeah, Nikos.
So there you go. So you'll see all of us here.
Yeah.
On Friday, and then on Saturday, I don't know whose channel we're doing it on, but whether it's my channel or Owen's channel, expect a AEW Fight for the Fallen reactions. We will be at Chris Dodd's house, and I figured why not return the live reactions with a bang with using AEW Fight for the Fallen.
We apologize.
Plus they are copywriting bitches, so that's why too.
Oh shit! Maybe we shouldn't do it then.
No, seriously, dude, they do not copyright for audio, like at all.
Oh, good.
Like they're so lenient on that. If it's just like showing you and you guys watching the show, it's not even funny. They're so lenient about it. Make sure you bring your snowball mic.
Yeah, I will.
Snowball, I'll bring everything else.
Because we apologize for not doing it for the first 2 shows, but the first show, like, we just wanted to chill and relax and, whatever.
Yes.
But, like, one final say about the fantasy bookings, though. There'll be some weeks where I'll be doing most of the talking because it depends on whose story it is. And some weeks James will be doing most of the talking. Because next week...
I think next week I'm definitely doing most of the talking because...
You and Mike probably.
Because we've been wanting to rebook this thing for ages.
Not bad for Mike though. He's coming in kind of late though because
he is coming in kind of late. But once he sees what I did, like if he wants to change anything, he can change it, and I'm sure it won't be much. So.
Anyway, let's end this video because we got to do a Lucha Underground overview, like next. So let's end this one. Let's not do any plugs because we're doing a video like right after this. So
okay. So you guys will hear the plugs after the Lucha Underground review.
Yeah, of season 1. It's more of an overview, but
yeah.
See you later.
See ya.